Hey YouTube, Twig here, bringing you all my Jinn Genie Yugioh deck profile. I've been wanting to make this deck for quite a while now. I just was trying to figure out the proper cards to use in it. This deck focuses on one of Seto Kaiba's, I would say, Season 1 go-to monsters, being Jinn, the mystical genie of the lamp, and using the ancient lamp for more of a sort of fun combo play that he did in the original series that lets you just redirect your opponent's attacks when they try and go for the ancient lamp to one of their own monsters. We did get some other, genie cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5, I believe in the form of a fusion monster, but we haven't actually gotten these cards in the actual TCG. It would definitely be an awesome animation and chronicle release if we could get some of these more genie cards that makes Jinn, the mystical genie of the lamp, definitely more relevant with some actual extra deck plays. So let's go ahead and get started with the deck profile. So for the main deck monsters, we are running 3 copies of Jinn, the mystical genie of the lamp. I wasn't sure which copy of Jinn you guys wanted to see the most, or which one is your favorite. Definitely comment down below if you prefer the original art of Jinn, or if you prefer the newer alternate art that came in the Duelist Pack Kaiba. I'm still pretty fond of the original art myself, but this is just an 1800 attack point level 4 monster. It can be special summoned out from the hand with Ancient Lamp, but just being a rescue rabbit target and an unexpected die target makes it an easy special summon and a resource in the deck for you to use. Along with Jinn, we do have one other genie, and that is Lord of the Lamp, running 3 copies of this card as well. We really lucked out having both of them be level 4 monsters, making rank 4 exceeds plays in the extra deck possible with both of these monsters. So even if we don't have the Ancient Lamp combo to go into, we can at least use these monsters for that additional resource. Lord of the Lamp especially, since this card is mostly used just for an added option of being able to have this monster be a monster to special summon onto the field to use for that resource, and it's more or less in the deck just for the aesthetic purpose of being another genie. For the effect monsters, we are running 3 copies of Ancient Lamp. With this card during your main phase, you can special summon one Jinn, the mystical genie of the lamp. From your hand, this card must be face up on the field to activate and resolve this effect. Before a damage calculation, if this card is being attacked by an opponent's monster and was face down at the start of damage step, you can target one monster your opponent controls, except for the attacking monster. The attacking monster attacks it instead, and you proceed to damage calculation. So with this card being able to target a monster your opponent controls and switch the attack to that target, you can either get rid of a resource your opponent has on the field and then make use of it with your Ancient Lamp. This art also just helps for some fairly simple Link 2 summons, since you can just have Ancient Lamp summoned out and then just special summon Jinn, with the sad part being that Ancient Lamp is a level 3 monster. You don't have any Xyz plays to go into, but we still have some Link options to run in this deck also. For some more defense plays for another genie that we run in the deck, I run 3 copies of Hand-Holding Genie. Monsters you control cannot target monsters for attack except for this one, so your opponent cannot target other monsters for attack except for your Hand-Holding Genie, being more of a defense option, and this card gains defense equal to the combined original defense of all other face-up defense position monsters you control. So with it, if you have Ancient Lamp in defense position as well, you can have your Hand-Holding Genie get up to 3,000 attack in total, being more of a defensive powerhouse against your opponent. The big weakness obviously is that the Lord of the Lamp and Jinn both have some pretty low defense, so while they can provide some defense to Hand-Holding Genie, you mostly want to rely on Ancient Lamp for that defense power. So the more Ancient Lamps that you set up on the field, the stronger your Hand-Holding Genie can be. With the last of the genie related effect monsters in the deck, we are running 3 Mystic Lamp. You really can't run a genie deck without this original from the Metal Raiders booster set. This monster can attack your opponent's life points directly. It is a level 1 monster, but it's also important to remember with the fact that Ancient Lamp and also Mystic Lamp are both spellcaster monsters. So with it, you have access in the extra deck to some spellcaster plays, including being able to set up your Selene, Queen of the Master Magicians, for more special summoning on your field as well. And Mystic Lamp can attack directly, so it can just bypass some of your opponent's monsters for some of that damage, but also being a level 1 monster gives us access to cards like Linkaribo and Relinquished Anima in the the extra deck also. The last of the main deck monsters, 3 Rescue Rabbit. I said it before, this is just an easy special summon option for you to be able to summon out 2 Jinn Mystical Genie of the Lamp, or your 2 Lord of the Lamp onto the field to then use for either extra deck plays or just more field setup for your other monsters. The last monsters being Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, just a hand trap of choice to shut down some of your opponent's plays. I don't know, I feel like we could get one more Genie card. I believe the character in Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 had one additional main deck monster along with Jinn that he fused together. I don't know if it was a red Jinn monster or something similar to that he fused together, but if we can definitely get that, it would be definitely really, really awesome. We got, I think, the Glacier Beast monsters, so I don't see why we couldn't get the Jinn ones. They both fought together and had, I'd say, the same amount of screen time as well. But that is it for the main deck monsters. We'll now move on to the spells. There's no Genie-related spells, sadly, so we're running 3 Unexpected Die. You just special summon that monster onto the field. So even you can go for the defensive play and then go for the normal summon of your Ancient Lamp, and then have the Ancient Lamp special summon a Jinn onto the field as well for more of the field presence that you can get with both of these cards. And then also for the fact that your Ancient Lamp has to be in face down defense position for that setup of its own card effect to redirect your attack before damage calculation. I'm also running 3 of the Book of Moon just to reset up that card in face down defense position. But even if you don't have that play, you can at least use your Book of Moon to set up an opponent's monster in face down defense position and disrupt any of their, let's say, Xyz, Synchro, or Link plays they may have wanted to go for. And I also run 2 copies of Double Summon. Just the additional normal summon helps with any setup you're going for. If you go for the summon of your hand-holding Genie, and then just 1 additional summon of your Ancient Lamp, you can use Double Summon to get that defensive play ready to go against your opponent. I also run 2 copies of Allure of Darkness. The lamps, aside from the Ancient Lamp, and also the Genies, are all Dark Attribute monsters. So aside from Ancient Lamp, which you can't use for the Banish cost, or Rescue Rabbit, this can at least go through some draw power to get into some of the more needed cards for the playstyle, whether they're just the easy special summon spells that we run, or even just Ancient Lamp or Jinn to begin with to go for that summon. For some of the lower numbers for the spells, I also run 1 copy of 1 for 1. This is just to special summon out our lamp onto the field, the Mystic Lamp, for a special summon resource, and then also 1 Monster Reborn and 1 Call by the Grave for more graveyard disruption of our opponent, or even just the Monster Reborn for getting resources back onto the field for you to use. Moving on now to the traps, we are running 3 copies of Call the Haunted. Once again, just getting those monsters back onto the field is a big part of it. I like Call the Haunted for the fact that most of the time for the special summon, I do summon out Jinn, the Mystical Genie of the Lamp, and then have an 1800 attack point monster to rely on, or even just for the summon, and then when this card is flipped face up with the Ancient Lamp, or even just for that additional monster to use on the field. And then lastly, just the 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence along with Ash Blossom. I thought of maybe going for a First of the Dragons fusion play with the extra deck, but I feel like I've done that a lot with some of the other normal decks. I want to focus more on just the setup that you have with Jinn and Ancient Lamp, and not rely too much on that extra deck fusion summon that you can go for, and focus more on the spellcaster ones and level 1 ones that we have, thanks to cards like our Mystic Lamp and our spellcaster's Ancient Lamp that we run in the deck also. Moving on now to the extra deck for the Link monsters, 1 Relinquished Anima, and 1 Linkuriboh, and 1 Artemis, the Magistus Moon Maiden, for the spellcaster and level 1 options, using all 3 of these cards. And for the Link monsters, 1 Win the Wind Charmer Verdant, 1 Wee Witch's Apprentice, and also 1 Nightmare Unicorn and 1 Selene, Queen of Master Magicians. We've got plenty of spells to use along with Selene, so the more we have set up in the graveyard, the more counters we can get with this card as well. And for the Xyz monsters, 1 Exciton Knight, 1 Cowboy, 1 Tornado Dragon, along with 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon, Daigusto Morale for the normal monsters, 1 Leviair the Sea Dragon, and 1 Divine Arsenal Zeus for being able to overlay over the other Xyz monsters. Pretty generic, but at least you have all these options available to you when you summon out your Jinn or your Lord of the Lamp to overlay together to summon out this Xyz monster, detaching the materials to then special summon back onto the field with cards like Call of the Haunted, and avoiding the banishment requirement after you use a Rescue Rabbit. And then as for some of the go-to plays in the deck, once again, it's just an easy special summon mechanic engine. So if you do have your Ancient Lamp, and then just summoning this card out, and then going for your special summon of your Jinn, the Mystical Genie of the Lamp from your hand, you can go for your Link to play with your Ancient Lamp being a wind monster. You can have your Wind, the Wind Charmer Verdant play set up there. You can go for more of a setup on the field if you just want to go for the set Ancient Lamp, or even before that, go for the Unexpected Die, special summoning out your Jinn, and then setting your Ancient Lamp, so if your opponent attacks into it, you have the redirect option with the Ancient Lamp combo right there. The double summon play can meet the same requirements from your hand, just for more of a defensive setup, and even with the setup of your hand-holding Genie as one of the set cards with your Ancient Lamp, then you're taking the risk with your opponent not knowing which one to attack into, if they attack the hand-holding Genie, or if they go for Ancient Lamp first, you can do the re-attack, then if they try to attack into the hand-holding Genie as a different option, it will gain the defense thanks to your Ancient Lamp on the field as well. If they go for more of the Ancient Lamp play, if you have cards like Book of the Moon set up, you can just re-flip up the Ancient Lamp and then have them either go again for the redirect risk, or the fear that the other card you have set will also be an Ancient Lamp. But that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoyed. This was just a fun deck that I've really been wanting to put together for a while now. Definitely do give it a try if you're just a fan of Jinn, the Mystical Genie of the Lamp. Maybe we'll see some more Genie support in the future. Like I said, we've gotten some of the Glacier beasts that were just as used in the Arc 5 series as the Jinn, the Genie series as well. So I feel like we could definitely see some of those in an upcoming Animation Chronicle or, Battles of Legend booster set. And as always, until next time, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and Kira Twig out.